All right, high rollers, very interesting discussion today. Let's be real. Darts is a pub game, always has been. A pub game that has since gone global. First with the legendary BDO, and now, of course, the Goliath PDC. But it's a pub game, usually played with a drink in hand, a few before, a few during, heck, maybe a bunch afterwards. There is alcohol involved, and yes, at the pro level too. Gives you confidence, helps in those pressure moments, calms those nerves. Our guest today has made it a mission to prove he can play darts at a high level without the drink. Craig Brown joins us now at Sober Darts Guy on Twitter and YouTube. Craig, welcome to the show. Thanks for being our high roller today.
No worries. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I find this a fascinating topic. I have watched your videos on YouTube. There's only a few of them, but this is a new area for you. You're so forthright about your own personal experiences and this journey that you're embarking on. Playing darts sober. Playing darts sober? That's ludicrous, isn't it? I mean, no one does that, do they?
I don't know. Believe it or not, there are a few, and I'm very jealous of those people that do it. But yeah, this is very new. I decided to stop drinking, towards the end of January this year, I guess. And this whole channel is really a byproduct of me giving up drinking. I was going to give up drinking regardless. I haven't done it in order to create this channel. But I just thought it would be a shame, if I didn't document it in some way, and I managed to do it, give up drinking and manage to play to a good standard. It should be such a shame to not have it there and share it with other people. And yeah, there are people that can do it. I know from my own experiences playing pub darts, Super League darts, and competitions, etc. There are people out there that I think have just learned to play the game without drink from the start, and they're very good at it. But there's an awful lot of people out there, like myself, that have only ever played darts whilst drinking, and that's all they know. And it's very hard to play without it.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm like you, man. When I played darts, and it's a long time ago, but when I played darts, I drank, and I gave her. I mean, I went for it. And at some point you realize, hey, am I here to play darts or am I here to drink? And you mentioned these people, these strange souls that don't drink when they play darts, and you're kind of envious of them, right? You're looking at them and going, how do they do that?
Definitely. I've got friends, that I play darts with, when lockdown wasn't happening, and they can quite easily play darts without drinking, and they're as good as I am, if not better. And they just don't get it. I say to them, how do you play as well as you do without having a drink? And they're just like, well, I've only ever played without having a drink, so they've just learned it. And yeah, I'm very jealous of them, but I'm hoping to get there myself.
I'm kidding, of course. Many people play without drinking, but I do gotta say, I don't know how many people were honest in that poll of yours on Twitter on how much alcohol people consume when they're playing darts. 41% said they don't need alcohol when they play. I mean, I've never been to a dart tournament where I've seen close to half the room not drinking. I mean, that seems like it's unrealistic. Am I wrong?
Well, I was really surprised by that result. I'm really surprised by it. I'm not sure if that poll was just done on Twitter. So I don't know if maybe a lot of the darting community on Twitter maybe are home players. It just picked up darts during the COVID, playing at home, so they haven't maybe experienced drinking and playing in pubs as well. I don't know. But yeah, I was really shocked with it. I've been to the UK Open qualifiers at the Rileys in Norwich, and the amount of people that were drinking there, it was crazy. The amount of beer being drunk. They have rows of dartboards across the whole of the building, and with a shelf behind where the players stand, and it was just full of beer, lager, people drinking. So yeah, I was really shocked by it, and also the experience with me playing in leagues and Super League and things like that. The amount of people that drink to play darts, it has to be 80% or more. So yeah, I was shocked by that result.
I mean, whether it's a beer, a whiskey, a vodka, whatever, when I play, this is going back to the 80s, I haven't played darts in a long time, but between matches even, you're sneaking outside to the car. I mean, it's part of the game, and it's like a party atmosphere almost, some of these tournaments you go to. People are out there on the weekend having fun, but it gets out of hand, and I take it that's where maybe you are. I don't know. Tell us about your story.
Yeah, you're right, and I'd like to say that this isn't like a drink hate campaign by me or anything like that. It's far from it. People want to drink and play darts, and good luck to them. Darts is all about going out there, meeting with your mates, and having fun while you're playing. But yeah, like you say, for me, it's got a bit out of hand. And like you said before, when you opened up the show, it's got to the stage where I'm not really playing darts to enjoy a drink. It's got to the stage now where I am drinking a lot in order to be able to play darts, and I don't want it to be like that. You know, I'm getting to the stage now where I'm drinking 8+ beers in order to be able to throw a dart at a dartboard accurately, and that just sounds crazy when you say it out loud. And it doesn't have to be like that, you know. So, like I said earlier, this was going to have to happen anyway. I was going to have to knock the drink on the head. It's getting a bit silly, so I've decided to knock it on the head. I don't want to give up playing darts, so I'm going to teach myself how to carry on playing without the drink, and hopefully I can document it. I can do it, and it's going to help some other people out there.
Well, you mentioned it right there. I found that one of the great lines in one of your videos. You love darts. You love darts, and you want to keep playing darts. More important than drinking.
That's it. Yeah, I love the game. Ever since I think I was must have been about 10 years old. The first memory of darts was Andy Forden winning the World Championships, BDO World Championships in 2004. So yeah, I'd have been about 10 years old. And ever since then, I've just been hooked on it. I love it. I've carried on watching it since then. I didn't start playing. I was about 13. My mum always worked in pubs, and when I was at the age of 13, she got her own pub. We moved into there, and I started playing then. You know, got into local leagues. I was going out with the grown-ups, playing darts. I was beating people in leagues and things like that. And it's just gone from there. I had a bit of a break for 10 or so years, and then when I was old enough to go out on my own and drink and things like that, then it just carried on, and it's carried on from there.
When you were drinking at your best as a darts player, what kind of player were you? And maybe if you can, describe the feeling when you approached the Oki, 8 beers in, feeling pretty good. What kind of player are you in that moment?
I'm by no means a professional dart player. You know, I'm a good pub player. At my best, I should imagine, I've hit 75 plus averages at Super League, things like that. And I'd need at least five beers before I even thought about getting up onto the Oki to play against somebody. But the feeling, it just takes away all the nerves. It gives you confidence. And for some strange reason, it seems really strange that you can drink so much beer, yet you're more capable of being able to throw a tiny little bit of tungsten with a bit of plastic and a flight on the end into such a small target. It just doesn't seem right. But for so many players, that's just how it is. A lot of players have to drink to be able to do that.
Well, you see it all the time. Guys can hardly even walk. I mean, they're stumbling to the Oki, and then all of a sudden, bang, bang, bang. It really is miraculous when you think about it, right?
It's crazy. I don't know how to do it. I mean, like I mentioned Andy Forden already, the amount that he used to drink before he played, and he managed to win World Championships on it. It's unbelievable, really. I mean, I never got to the stage where I was quite staggering up to the Oki. There's a very fine line in between having enough to drink and having too much to drink, especially where my game is concerned. Usually anything over 10 pints and that's it, I'm done. I'm not able to hit the board after that.
Yeah, the board becomes blurry at some point. Now, this is a personal journey. Your Twitter bio reads this, quote, "One man's mission to overcome the need to consume alcohol to play darts." So, as I understand it, you alluded to it already, you're married with children, you've got one boy, a 4-year-old, another on the way, you own your own business, you work from home, so throughout the day you tend to business, get your boy to the nursery, work, pick him up, have dinner, all that, put him to bed around 7:30, and that's when you break out the beer and get ready for the darts. Pick it up from there if you can with respect to alcohol consumption.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, exactly what you just said. I mean, yeah, put him to bed at 7, I'd be back downstairs by 7:30, he'd be in bed asleep. And it would just be a case of cracking open 3 beers and getting them down my neck before I started playing around 8 o'clock, which is, when you say these things out loud, it seems crazy, but it's the same for so many people. But that was the case, and it's getting to the stage where you're more worried about how much drink you can get down your neck before you play, rather than actually spending the time warming up and getting your eye in on the dartboard to try and play your best game. And that doesn't seem like the right way round to me. So yeah, it'd be a case of getting three beers down my neck. Sometimes I'd put a bit of rum in the bottom of it as well to get me going, and then I'd easily drink another 3 or 4 beers during the game and then maybe another couple after the game. So yeah, it was getting out of hand.
If you're talking 8 beers a night, 5 league matches a week, that's 40 beers. I mean, wow. And it still doesn't guarantee victory, right? So sometimes the next morning you have to be asking yourself, is it worth it for me? Is it worth it personally?
Exactly. And the answer is no. No, it's not worth it at all. You know, my wife's quite easygoing. You know, she supports me in playing darts and things like that, but it's not nice for her. I'm in the other room 5 nights a week drinking that much in order to play a game of darts. And like you say, I might not even get a win out of the match for doing that. And drinking that much beer a week in order to play a game, it's not good for you. And I'm sure I'm capable of doing it without the drink. I've just got to teach myself how. I'll be better off for it in the long run.
Well, I love the fact that you're documenting it for everyone to watch in and see how you're progressing. Before we touch on the pros and cons of your decision to become Sober Darts Guy, let's first be clear. You talked about it already. This is a personal quest. You're not out there preaching to others, telling them that because they drink, they're bad. You're not trying to get darts banned from the pubs or anything. You don't care if others drink while they play. This is about you.
Definitely. I'm by no means out there to try and convince people that drinking, everybody knows drinking is not good for you. You don't need me out there telling people, it's bad for you, you shouldn't do it. And like I said, darts is a pub game. That's where it belongs. I don't want to see darts coming out of pubs. It's a decision for me that I don't want to drink while I play darts anymore. And there may be people out there that feel the same way. I know for a fact, actually, that there's people out there need to have a drink and drink a lot before they can play. And if I can prove that it can be done, then, hopefully it will help out some other people and they'll be able to take it on board as well.
I try to support all YouTubers with darts, and when I saw Sober Darts Guy on Twitter, I thought, I've got to interview this guy, so I do appreciate your time. Let's talk about the channel. Love the idea, because I really do feel that you're not alone. I mean, there are others out there who want to stop, who envy those who can play without drinking, and maybe they're a tad worried about their own intake, if you will. So the fact you're sharing this experience, I think it's wonderful. It's a good thing, I think.
I hope it's a good thing. Like I said, I've only done a couple of videos, and at the minute it just seems like it's just all about me. I'm just trying to put myself out there things. But it's very early days. I haven't really got much advice that I could give to anybody because I haven't got to where I want to be yet. I'm not playing to the standards that I want to. I don't feel like I've improved on my game since I've stopped drinking. As soon as that starts happening, then I can start giving some hints and advice and tips on how I'm doing it. But like I said, it's just not happening yet. It's very early days.
I saw one of your videos. It's a promo. I just love it. You made it yourself. The logo too, correct?
Yeah, I'm quite handy on Photoshop and video editing and things like that. So yeah, I made it myself. It wasn't too hard to do. But yeah, thanks. I was quite impressed with it.
It's got to be rewarding to see the final product.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's nice to put it out there for everybody else to see. I just hope other people like it. Hopefully it makes the channel a bit more catchier and draws people in a bit, and they can have a look. If people don't want to watch it, then they won't watch it. If it interests people, then they will watch it. I'm not really out there to get as many subscribers as I can, or to make money out of this or anything like that. It's just purely, like I said, a byproduct of me giving up drinking and still playing darts, and it might help somebody.
Well, I want to play the promo. Let's have a look. Promo for Sober Darts Guy. Here we go. That is a great little promo, man. The burp, that tops it. I love the burp.
Yeah, I'm definitely a burper. I had to put that in there.
That was great. Okay, pros and cons of quitting. I guess the first pro is that you love darts more than alcohol. You've got a passion for the game. And then next morning, you'll remember every shot.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing at the minute. Remembering what I did the night before. But yeah, no, it's nice playing without a drink, actually. Even though I'm not playing anywhere near as good as I was, it's nice just knowing that the alcohol has no input as to how I'm throwing. It's all down to me. I'm having to concentrate a lot more now. For some reason, when I drunk and played, it all just clicked in and flowed very naturally for me. Playing sober, it doesn't. I'm having to think about it a lot more. But in a way, that's not a bad thing, because I feel like I could be a lot more consistent with my throw now. I just need to work out the bits that are going wrong, the bits that are going right, and it's going to be good in the long run.
You likely feel much better, healthier, clear of mind.
I do. It's nice not waking up with a bit of a groggy head in the mornings. My mood has been better generally through the day. Alcohol is known as a depressant, so obviously that was affecting me in a way that I didn't realise. And I'm losing weight as well. I've lost half a stone in about a month, I suppose, which is good. So yeah, it's better all round. I've had a few. I was getting really bad headaches to start with and things. There's a few symptoms I didn't realise. I must have been alcohol dependent to some extent, because there's been a few symptoms that I've had. I was really moody to start with, right at the start, and headaches and things like that, which they're both symptoms actually of coming off alcohol too quick, which I didn't realise could happen. But yeah, it's all good at the minute. It's all good, and I'm feeling much better for it. Yeah.
Well, another pro is that it's a positive choice, a lifestyle choice, so I give you all the credit in the world on that. The cons: harder to throw when your hand is shaking.
Yeah, that is the only one con about it, is the darts aren't going how I want them to be. I'm kind of getting used to the nerves a bit more now. I've played quite a few online games without the alcohol, and it's getting easier. I'm trying to sort of take those nerves and kind of feed off it a little bit if I can, take the adrenaline and use it. But it's just difficult. I'm trying to throw. Sometimes I'll be throwing 140, 180, and the next throw I'll be throwing 26 and 43. So it's just an inconsistent thing at the minute. So there are little bits in there. I can do it at certain points. It's just not consistent enough.
Yeah, consistency would be an issue. You mentioned in one of your videos that you're throwing great scores, a few 180s, but you're struggling on that outer ring. So less sure of yourself, lack of confidence, perhaps another con.
I think so, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely a lack of confidence going up there. I said in one of my videos that I'm going into every game at the minute with little or no confidence, and I need to change that. I need to know that I've got the game in me, and it is in there. I just need to believe in myself a bit more, I think, and just get on with it. Yeah, like you said, the doubles are really killing my games and averages and things like that at the minute. The amount of legs I've lost to try missing doubles, there's been quite a few. So yeah, that just needs practice. And that's the most nervy point, I guess, when you come to the end of the leg to try and go for the doubles. So yeah, hopefully that'll just get there in time. The nerves will disappear.
You play in the GDL, the Graded Darts League. Tell me about this league. Seems to be very popular. They're doing great things over there, and I know that you're always on the phone, checking the app, checking your average, seeing where you stand. Seems like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, the GDL is brilliant. It's gone off like a rocket as well since it launched. It's been going for I don't know exactly how long, at least a year. It was running just as leagues, and I played in 2 seasons of that. I've played in the Championship, and then the last season I went into the Premiership, played okay in that. And then they decided they've done like a pro tour and run the leagues alongside it. And yeah, it's really good. The stats they provide you with are brilliant. The community is brilliant. There's not one bad egg in there. If there is, I'm pretty sure the guy that runs it will be very quick to chop them out. And yeah, it's good. It's really popular. Everyone seems to enjoy it, and I'm happy to put them in my videos, and I'll use them as much as I can. If it helps promote them, then happy days.
And you are now keeping track of your averages. You're on the wagon. How has it been going? I assume the averages have dipped a bit.
Yeah, they've gone right down. I mean, I was averaging around a 75 3-dart average, anywhere between there up to 80 average, and that's dropped right down now. I think the lowest I've hit is a 56. I'm averaging around 60 at the minute. So yeah, it's about 15 points dropped off my average, and I just need to try and build that up. I'm trying to build up in stages, and my aim is to get around the 65 average comfortably and regularly, and I'll just try and keep building on top of that. I have hit a couple of 65 averages, but the majority of it has been around 60 or below. So I need to just work on that. People say averages aren't everything, but they're a good indicator of how you play in the game. Yeah, that's why I'm using them as a reference point.
You mentioned that Riley's qualifier that you went to, pints just a flowing that night. How hard do you think it will be for you once the lockdowns are over, things get back to normal, to go out and play sober while others around you are getting wasted?
I don't know. I have thought about it. I think maybe it might be a struggle, but then maybe it might be an advantage. I don't know. Like I said, if you're not drinking, you can be so much more consistent. You're going up there in the same state of mind every time. Whereas if you've drunk, you can. But when it's something like the Rileys, you don't know when you're going to be called out to play. So you could have had 2 pints before you play. You could have had 5 pints before you play. So people play differently depending on how much they've drunk. So it could be an advantage for me, but it doesn't matter what time I get called up there to play against whoever it is. I'm still going to be in the same frame of mind as what I was when I walked into the building, and I'll still be in the same frame of mind when I walk home.
Now, I love some good darts drama. Alcohol at the pro level. I'll say drugs too, but we'll talk about alcohol. Give us your take on that. I'll use Jockey as an example. I'm not picking on Jockey. He's an absolute legend, one of my all-time faves. Brilliant player, 2-time world champion, but a prolific drinker too. He and Cliff got into it one time. He got into it with a lot of people. Some of the darts drama that we see on TV, on stage, it's got to be alcohol-fueled and charged, I assume.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you are right. It's kind of hidden away now. I think in professional darts, you don't see the drinking going on. Back in the day, like you said, with the likes of Jockey Wilson, Eric Bristow, and Cliff, they'd be smoking with a fag in their mouth and a pint in their hand as they're walking up to the stage. It's not like that these days, but it definitely still goes on. I don't know. I can't say who I know drinks to play darts and who doesn't drink to play darts. There's a few players that you watch on TV, the way they react to things, that they're under some sort of influence, and even interviews after the games as well. You can tell that a few of them have had a few beers before they've played. So yeah, it definitely goes on, but it's hidden away. Maybe people that aren't involved with darts don't realise that it's a drinking sport, but it is, and it must go on. People that play darts, they know that drinking goes on, whether it's hidden away or not.
I mean, the sports image has certainly got cleaned up over the years, big time. You don't see it anymore. In fact, if a pro posts on social media a shot of a beer on the table, they'll get in trouble. So it has cleaned up, but you're right, it's still prevalent.
Yeah, it's been cleaned right up. It's not a bad thing. It should be. They want to put it on TV. They want to put it out there to families. It's a family thing that you can watch on TV. You don't want to see guys drinking and smoking up the stage, and you don't want your kids to be seeing that sort of thing either. So yeah, it has been cleaned up, but only from what you see on the cameras. I'm certain that there's guys drinking backstage. Only this year for Q School, the uproar that there was when it was announced that there wouldn't be any alcohol allowed at Q School or being served at Q School. It was like pandemonium. Everyone was like, "Oh no, what are we going to do?" So it's obviously a thing. Drinking in professional darts, but yeah, like you say, it's been cleaned up and it's very hush hush, I think.
When they made that announcement, imagine the scenes.
Yeah, there's a few posts going up on Twitter that I saw. Thinking, what's everyone going to do? There's no alcohol, and people will be racing out to their car boots, two cans of beer in between games and things like that. You can just imagine it, can't you? But yeah, I think it was all right in the end. I don't actually know. I'll have to speak to a couple of people that went. I'll have to speak and find out what the situation was with alcohol, actually, because I don't know. I don't know what happened in the end.
Well, bottom line, whether you're drinking or not, # love the darts.
That's right. That's the most important thing. Important thing is the darts, and like we've both said, and I've said, if people want to drink and play darts, that's perfectly all right. It's just got to the stage where I'm drinking too much, far too much, to play darts, and my decision has been to knock the drink on the head so I can carry on playing the game that I love, and I'm going to be about a bit longer, hopefully, and be more healthy, and enjoy my family a bit more, and it'll all be good in the end, I hope.
Well said, and I really do give it up to you, man. Really do. This takes guts It really does, and I wish you all the best. At Sober Darts Guy on Twitter, Craig Brown, thank you so much. Sober Darts Guy on YouTube, give him a follow, subscribe. Good luck on this journey, and thanks for doing this, man.
No, thank you to you. Thank you for having me. It was fun, an experience for me, and I just hope it helps somebody. It can help people out there. And that's it basically. That's what I'm doing it for.